Crude oil is selling above $50 per barrel. This, if continued, could boost the revenue of many African nations that depend heavily on this non-renewable resource of energy. Recently, PricewaterhouseCoopers released a report on the effect of the coronavirus pandemic on the industry for 2020. And to combat that dwindling oil sales, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and our allies, collectively called OPEC+, have agreed to increase production output in the first quarter of 2021. On News Central's TV's Business Edge, Benjamin Ato Kwanzaa, a financial analyst from Ghana, explained the reason for OPEC's influence becoming reduced over the years, which led to the formation of OPEC+.
Many non-OPEC countries are discovering energy deposits, and US shale has also increased their production greatly. And some OPEC countries don't even stick with the regulations by the group itself. But apart from that, we even noticed in 2020, when the group tried to bump up the prices of oil by cutting down production due to the COVID-19 crisis, markets had a very inelastic response to those announcements. However, I'm not saying that their effect is not very widespread. At this point, every additional dollar that African countries can make from their crude oil, considering the impact oil has on the economies of African countries, is very important.
Gas reserves are abundant in a number of African countries, but lack of infrastructure to tap this resource has limited the revenue potential and contributed to the depletion of the ozone layer in the atmosphere.
This is very unfortunate. Again, I think this is an inefficiency on the part of African governments. One major problem that African countries face in attracting foreign investment is a tax rate. Our tax rates are sometimes too high. For example, in Ghana, the corporate tax rate is around 30%. And where concessions are given to attract foreign investments, the tax rates get so low that some governments question whether these tax cuts on foreign nationals are even worth it. I think one way that we can tackle this from is to design appropriate tax laws that serve the interests of our continent and the interests of these foreign investors. In addition to this, we need to encourage more local energy investors, offering them probably even better conditions than we do to the foreign investors. Government needs to encourage them to collaborate more. Many a times the investments required are too huge to be borne by individuals, and therefore collaboration is very important.
At the moment, the selling price of Brent crude and natural gas on the international market is commendable and will provide the much needed revenue for African nations. This needs to be used effectively by building infrastructure that will lead to more wealth creation on the continent and specifically in each nation.